Hello friends, we are here with a new video on recent food shortages. Why we choose this topic? Because according to some reports and studies, the food insecurity in 2022 will be the deadliest one. As we observe, in America, rising food and energy cost has pushed the inflation. The inflation rate in America is highest level since 1981, and in Britain the food prices are rising at a rate not seen for 13 years, and the households of sub-Saharan Africa, they already spent up to 40% of their income feeding themselves. So can we think about the situation of poorer economies? The situation is even worse there. Everyone knows the major reasons for food shortage, even you. Can you guess? Yes, you might be guessed it right. There are majorly four reasons for the food shortage occurring in the world. The first reason is impact of COVID-19 pandemic. Though it has happened in 2022, its impact is still observable. The COVID-19 is still engulfing some areas of the global food supply chain. And the second reason is global climate change, like severe drought, frost and rainfall as affecting the quality and productivity of the food crops. And the third reason is Russia-Ukraine war. Ukraine being a big powerhouse in terms of grain production and one of the world's bread basket, the war has impacted the supply chain of the products. Ukraine is also a major exporter of corn, barley, sunflower oil and rapeseed oil. And both Russia and Ukraine together account for nearly 1/3 of the global wheat supply. This war has also risen to increase in the prices of fertilizers, as Russia is the major exporter of fertilizer. Russia ranks first in terms of export of nitrogen fertilizers. So the war has impacted both the supply chain and the prices of fertilizers. All the countries in the world are dependent on each other. Less than 10 countries count for around 90% of export for key commodities like wheat, corn, rice, soybean. So when there is a shock in any of these countries, whether it be a climate, war, etc., the consequence of that will be seen across the world. Here you can see some of the recent food shortages in the world. Shortage of chili pepper in Mexico. The reason is severe weather and climate. Because of the severe drought, the quality of the pepper has reduced. And the shortage of mustard in France and Canada. This is also because of extreme weather. Shortage of apple in US. The reason is heavy frost. Shortage of coffee in Brazil. Reason drought and frost. Between April 2020 and December 2021, coffee prices increased 70% after drought and frost destroyed crops in Brazil. Shortage of wheat in US, Ukraine, Russia and India. The reason drought, heat wave and armed conflict. Following severe heat waves earlier this year, India banned wheat exports. In total, 23 countries now have severe restrictions on food export. Shortage of grapes in US and France because of high temperature, wildfires, and heavy rain. Globally, hunger levels remain alarmingly high. According to the 2022 State of Food Insecurity in the World Report, the number of people affected by hunger rose in 2021 to 828 million, an increase of about 46 million since 2020 and 150 million since 2019 before the outbreak of COVID. So how World Bank is making its presence in this time? WFP and FAO warned that acute food insecurity could worsen in 20 countries or areas during the June to September 2022. On May 18, the World Bank announced actions it plans to take as a part of comprehensive global response to the ongoing food security crisis, with up to $30 billion in existing and new projects in areas such as agriculture, nutrition, social protection, water, and irrigation. This financing will include efforts to encourage food and fertilizer production, enhance food system, facilitate greater trade, and support vulnerable households and producers. In India, women's self-help groups supported under the National Rural Livelihood Mission, co-financed by World Bank, will run the community kitchens and restore fresh food supplies, provide food and support to vulnerable and high-risk families. Thank you for watching.